Thanks.
Israel has reportedly agreed in principle to a ceasefire with Hezbollah in Lebanon. Katie McFarland joins me now. What do you make of this ceasefire in principle?
You know, I don't think they're close to an agreement, but the countries throughout the world, whether it's in the Middle East or Europe or in Asia, are adjusting to a very new reality, completely different than what it was 1 month ago. They know Donald Trump is coming into office. They know that, especially the way he's very quickly moved to fill out his national security team, and they're tough, and they're definitely people who are going to go after a very different way of doing business than the Biden administration did. So I think that you're starting to see a bunch of things. So first of all, Israel, which has really taken the wind out of Hamas and Hezbollah's sails. So Iran has got to be looking at this. Iran, the sponsor of Hezbollah and Hamas, and they've got to think, well, maybe Hezbollah, we ought to have a peace agreement here of some sort, because it could only get worse. Trump is going to come in and be tough on Iran. So yes, I think that maybe, is it close now? Who knows? But will it be close in another, in time? Yes, I do think that'll be the case.
Katie, did you see this? A Ukraine strike using British Storm Shadow missiles has reportedly killed a top Russian general and 500 North Korean soldiers. That's the report. These weapons, these new weapons, long-range weapons, could they move Ukraine closer to a ceasefire?
Yes. And in both cases, because both sides are now taking casualties. But I think the real thing that will move Ukraine and Russia closer to a peace agreement is Donald Trump. He's said that it's a priority. He said he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done quickly. He's going to force both sides to the negotiating table. But the other reason is that he's going to take the ability of Iran and of Russia to make war, take away their ability to make war. Why? Because what does he keep saying, Stuart? He says, drill, baby, drill. I'm going to drill, baby, drill on day one. Well, that's going to be great for the American economy, but it'll be stupendous for American energy dominance. That means we will control the price of oil, we will control the world energy market, and Russia and Iran both need oil, probably at double the price that we can sell it for, because it pays for their wars, it pays for everything. So those two things added together, Donald Trump with a priority to Ukraine peace and drill, baby, drill, are going to force Russia to the negotiating table, and Ukraine as well.
Real fast, Katie, if you're being optimistic, could you say that in Trump's first year, he could end the war in Ukraine, bring peace to the Mideast, and suppress Iran? Could he get it all done in 1 year?
Yeah, I do think he could, and especially because press reports are saying that Rick Grenell, who was the ambassador to Germany, DNI, and then what nobody pays any attention to is he was just a legendary negotiator, bringing peace to Kosovo and Serbia at the very end of President Trump's term, right before the election. So if rumors are true that President Trump is considering Grenell as a Ukraine war negotiator, somebody who's going to go in and devote himself to getting peace, yeah, I think that things are looking very good for a peace agreement. Well, peace agreements everywhere.
Let's be optimistic. Why not? Katie McFarland, you have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks, Katie.